Hey, what's going on YouTube? In the vein of trying to play catch up, I have another review for you guys today. We're going to be taking a look at the Air Max 90 from the Sunset Pack. You guys saw me already review the Nike Air Huarache, which again is part of this pack. There's a Pegasus, there's a Sockfly, and there's one other trainer in the actual pack that I'm not remembering right now, but there's those four. And I just wanted to give you guys a first look, or not first look, I'm sure maybe somebody on YouTube already reviewed this and kind of walked you guys through it, hopefully maybe even did it on foot for you guys. But part of this, or the takeaway from this video, I would love for you guys to just kind of understand is, since so many brands these days and on their IG, they're using like really filtered photos, making the contrast and the hues look darker than the shoe actually looks, then you get it and you're like, man, this isn't the way it actually looked on your actual website. Like, what's the deal? Why are you guys doing this? I'm hearing and seeing more and more complaints about that. I have obviously ran into that issue myself, so I wanted to show you guys A, what this looked like, B, let's talk about the quality really briefly. I got hung up on that in the last take of this, so I need to kind of shorten that quite a bit. And then C, just again guys, play catch up as far as some of the stuff I'm picking up that I think some of you that have subbed to the channel may be interested in. So this is the shoe, guys, the Air Max 90. Again, I already explained, it's part of the Sunset Pack. If I just do a quick swivel of the shoe at 360 for you guys, just so you can see, you know, the beauty of this. Really beautiful trainer overall. I mean, lovely colors, guys. This definitely is more of a favorite to me than the Nike Air Huarache, even though I do like Nike Air Huaraches more than Air Maxes. I think because of the wider area of cover in the toe box and the back three-quarter area of the shoe, more of the gradient appears. It pops. If you wear this, guys, with pinroll pants, joggers, shorts, it's gonna really pop. There's actually a jacket that's a part of this Sunset Pack, I believe, but it does match with the hues and the colors of any of the shoes you pick up in the Sunset Pack. So there's a lot of ways to coordinate this, but again, I think if you wear pants that are basically covering the upper, you're going to be killing the bright yellow in the dominant area of part of the design, which does not appear in any other areas of the shoe because it's a gradient going in one direction. So that's my opinion on as far as I think what you would kind of wear this with. But again, guys, it's an opinion. Please by all means, guys, one man's opinion does not make the world. You guys hopefully have your own opinion. You're developing your own sense of individuality, or you already have that established. Wear what you like, guys. Buy what you like. It's your money. It's your decision. At the end of the day, each individual has to live with the consequences or the reactions of a decision that they make. So when you're asking people for advice, etc., just remember that literally, all puns intended, no one actually has to walk in your shoes. Only you walk in your shoes and you live your life. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just my opinion here, like with all my vids, wear what you like. So anyway, that being said, I think we can see, guys, that, I mean, again, the upper of the shoe, the toe box area right here, extending to the back area, which uses the same type of mesh that we're finding inside the sock liner area. This is where the beautiful gradient is dominant. Again, it's a wider area of cover, if you will, than the Nike Air Huarache. That's a part of the Sunset Pack, which I reviewed for you guys once again. So that's, again, why this is one of my favorites. But I think, again, we can see where that gradient is and how beautiful it is, how much area it actually covers on the shoe. Very vibrant shoe, very colorful shoe. Maybe too colorful for some people, but as a creative, as someone that's in the arts, that likes to express themselves, this shoe works for me, and I know that there's a lot of other individuals out there that this trainer will definitely work for as well. Beautiful trainer, in my personal opinion. You have, guys, in this rubber front area, the back of the tongue right here, and then where the Air Max, or the Air Max 90, I'm sorry, where the air unit is right there, you have this nice type of like purplish blue color, which I think is a very nice accent, a very beautiful complementary color to the gradient and what's happening there. Again, guys, really well done. The upper rubber areas right there, I think hit and match very nicely with the beginning of this kind of like fuchsia color in the gradient on the upper of the sock liner, or the upper area close to the sock liner, I'm sorry. And then the back right there, we can see that same type of like fuchsia color is picked up once again. So overall, the color blocking on this, I think, is very nicely done. I mean, you even have, guys, like in the Air Max right there and the Air Max on this side as well. That nice hit of yellow that accents and picks up very well, guys, with the back of the trainer, the heel area, and it also picks up nicely or matches, obviously, with, let's get that out the way, the Nike Air Max right there. That's in that same type of yellow. Couple things, or just one thing I'm not in 100% agreement with. The gray feels a bit out of place to me, or misplaced on this particular execution. I remember holding it in the store and it being the one slight few seconds of hesitation, even though I already knew I loved the majority of the gradient and what was happening in the Sunset Pack, or the Air Max 90 of the Sunset Pack, I'm sorry. The texture, let's just turn it over on this side, because let's just get that lace out of the way. If the camera will go into some macro McLovin, there we go. The camera's feeling it today. I'm not sure about that texture, guys. It may work for you, and that's very cool. If you completely 100% dig that, hey, all awesomeness, man. No worries. But for me, that texture feels a bit out of place, and the gray feels a bit out of place. Doesn't entirely, I think, match up with the color block, and that's one of my only gripes. And my only other gripe is this black material here at the beginning of the eyelets, towards the toe cap here, you know, all along the mud guard. This upper here in the 3/4 area, or extending to the 3/4 area. That, guys, is some type of pleather or synthetic leather, if you will. And it just feels that for the Air Max, or Nike celebrating the Air Max, its anniversary. But this, again, I don't think this is part of the anniversary offerings that I've seen. But again, given it is an anniversary of the model and that it's a part of a pack, I just think that maybe a better material could have been used on the black. But I'm not going to really get hugely hung up on that. It is what it is. I obviously picked up the trainer, so it couldn't have bothered me that much. One can deduce at the end of the day. If we go ahead, guys, and we flip over the shoe, one of the other distinct things that we're maybe not that familiar with, or we haven't seen quite a bit on Air Max 90s, they have used clear icy soles on a number of different offerings in the past. I mean, not only even in recent years, but I mean way back. This is nothing new to Nike, but this gradient in the Sunset Pack is new in the sense of like how they treated it here. You basically have the same gradient that you have here on the upper of the shoe, replicated on the, or duplicated, I should say, actually, on the bottom of the shoe as well. And then again, you have this icy sole that sits on top of it. Since I don't have a ton of icy sole shoes, but I have started to pick up more and more, it'll be interesting to see over time, when these start to yellow, how this may actually affect the shoe. I think on this particular model, given it has a gradient, I think yellowing on this will give this a really nice OG feel. How the shoe actually holds up over time to have that feel kind of shine through, again, given some of the materials that they're using, the synthetic materials, I'm not really sure. I don't have that much of an experience yet, but we'll see as things move forward. I do want to mention, guys, or point out that if we take a look at the nylon on the tongue, if the camera goes into some macro love, look at the nylon being used on the tongue in that material, and the nylon or mesh you can see right there on the sock liner. And then also, guys, what's utilizes the gradient. It's definitely different types of meshes, different types of nylon, if you will. But I just wanted to kind of point that out, because the tongue definitely seems to be more of like a sheen type of nylon that's very reminiscent of like 80s spandex and nylon, if you will. Yeah, you still have that around now, but given them a bit older, that's what that type of sheen always reminds me of, those good old 80s spandex. So Overall, guys, one other detail. So let's just look at the insole really quickly. Let me try to just get the lace out of the way. But guys, unlike the Lecoq Sportif, which you guys saw me just review, or hopefully you maybe took a look at that video, I actually had pulled out the tissue paper before, and this is kind of stuck in there with like some kind of semi-permanent glue. So I just don't want to pull this out right now, to be quite honest with you guys. But it's definitely the same type of like yellow, or like a really like a canary yellow actually, like they're using here on the Air Max and right here and in the back right there, but the gradient does not extend all the way or the full length of the insole the way it does on the upper of the shoe and the way it does on the outsole of the shoe. So I do want to point that out. But then who sees your insoles? No one, except you, obviously, or unless you're like showing off your shoe so much to the point where you're actually taking off your shoe and handing it to people. That's kind of weird, but hey, if you do that, you do that. That's your thing, right? So guys, that is my kind of quick look take on the Air Max 90. I wanted the Air Max 90 that's a part of the Sunset Pack. I wanted to share this with you guys for the reasons that I just outlined at the beginning of the video. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you think I didn't cover, drop a comment down below. Let me know what or just if you like the video as well, it'd be cool to hear from you. Let me know what you guys think. It'd be always awesome to hear that. I will leave a link to my IG in the description in case you guys want to just kind of check out what I'm doing over there. If you dig the content, definitely follow me, especially if you plan to interact with me and you want to ask me questions or just kind of chop it up. That's always cool. So definitely consider that, but that description will be down in the link. Guys, I did pick these up from jimmyjazz.com. I'm sorry, not jimmyjazz.com. I picked these up in store from Champs is what I meant. But Jimmy Jazz has these as well. I believe online also. Same as Champs. Foot Locker, I think, may have these as well. I didn't do a deeper, broader search. I was just going through a mall one day from work. I stopped in a Champs and they had these and I was like, yay! And I went ahead and I picked them up. So yeah, you guys, I think I already know how that goes. So it is what it is, guys. But I do want to thank you so much for watching this vid. Again, any questions, guys, please feel free to ask me. I will do my best to answer it for you. Hopefully by now most of you have had Air Maxes or have Air Maxes. It's a shoe that's pretty much a staple and so readily available. If you're not that familiar with the sizing, guys, you can pretty much, I'm certain, walk into most sneaker boutiques and you will find an Air Max that you can try on for sizing. These are true to size to me. I wear a 10.5 to 11 in Nikes. I always order my Air Maxes in 10.5s. 11s are too big, just a little too much room in the toe box for me personally. But these to me, guys, fit true to size. But again, there's nothing better than actually walking in a store, trying it on yourself and getting the real deal, or having your own personal experience of how the shoe actually fits on your foot. Guys, again, thanks so much for watching. It's your boy Future Tomorrow and I'm out. Peace.